Happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we are again. Rhea on Raw coming to you live and for the love of dragons. Happy December. Woohoo! We are finally moving into the energies that have been so long awaited. Oh my goodness, this feels like the buildup that we had going into the new millennium in 2000 for those of you that were around for that Y2K and all that was expected. And wow, there's sort of a big letdown. I don't think that's going to happen this time. So I know for me and our household, we are finally celebrating in the house, getting the lights up and garlands up, and you can see I've made my little studio here a little more festive with all of my dragon friends that are all available to be adopted. There's many of these guys. I ordered extra for the holiday because they make it so magical. I don't know if you can see all the bell ringers, the candy canes, the crystal guys. Zoom in if you need to. Hopefully you're on a bigger screen than I am. This one I think is my absolute favorite. This is Frost, this big beautiful turquoise blue and purple dragon on his beautiful crystal globe. Even a baby dragon up here hatching out, and they're all looking at each other, and this just for me is super fun. My boys love it. I get all kinds of dragons out and around the house and the place, and it's making it very fun. So I want to make sure that you guys could see all those because they're all available in the lair. That's dragonwithin.com/lair, and they all come with a transmission just for you. And transmissions this month are going to be big energetically. What I do with those, anything that's purchased through the lair, so like this is one of the opalites that just was calling me today to wear the dragon pendants, the dragonite, any of the things that are in there when they come to you, whether it's for you or a gift for someone. If you do order something that's a gift, make sure to note that in the notes on the order. Thank you, Gabby. I love this too. There are so many precious stones and pendants that are all unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. And as I was just saying, they get a transmission into them that's meant to expand your journey. And the feedback I've been getting on those from people who are receiving them, like, oh, I can't put it out of my hand, I don't want to take it off. It's because it's creating that bubble of energy that is specific to you and your expansion, which right now we are on big expansion mode. And I know that what I wanted to share and talk about today is these next 3 weeks of energy. What are we building up to? We are moving into the solstice and the energies of Uluru. Look for that post in the group. It's well down now, but I will post about it again right before that. On the 21st of December, aligning with the Uluru activation. I was meant to be there in person. Now I'm going to be doing it from here with all that's gone on this year. And the activation is going to be held by the Aboriginals, which actually now feels really right. That it's just them and any of the people that they work with and invite to be present at Uluru. And I encourage you, I'm not going to go too deep into it because you can Google or use DuckDuckGo or whatever browser you use to search and look up Uluru, ULURU magic box, and you'll find some articles that are written by people that are connected with the elders that are sharing that there's essentially this magic box that is inside and underneath Uluru, that it was brought in originally in their traditional belief system or knowing from the stars. If I recall correctly, it's the Pleiadian. And it needs a certain frequency. So on our Schumann resonance scale, if you pay attention to that, we've been going off the charts this year, right? We have been really spiking, and there's going to be some more huge spikes coming up. And we want to have a huge, massive spike on the 21st, which is why many people around the globe are going to be aligning and doing an activation because of this huge conjunct coming up. I believe it's Saturn and Jupiter, just like January 9th, we had the first kickoff. The Aboriginals did a ceremony then. Well, they're completing it now. This is the completion of their birthing story of the Earth's, the prophecies and the birthing story, that their story of creation never got completed. It was paused, and then they decided last year that it's time to complete it. And yeah, awesome, Gabby from Western Australia. So you know about this, I hope. If you can get to Uluru in person, definitely go live and be part of it, or tune in with us. We're going to bring the dragons in and align all of the energy that we can into that, from my network of dragons and dragon family all around the world, bringing a huge amount of light in to feed into that, because what's happening now is it will be like a network of light that is like this magnificent web, and that amount of resonance going in is going to be literally, my whole body's tingling on this, just talking about it now, is going to be bringing that amount of energy and light into the network connected with that activation. And so if I recall what I read correctly, when they do the ceremony, the intention is to have a certain number of people holding that light frequency and holding it into the rock itself and into that space, because that box will not activate unless that level of frequency gets reached. And I believe that if we have 1 million people around the world or more meditating into it, that it's going to take it off the charts, and that that's part of what's moving us forward. That's not the only piece, but it's the piece that they've brought forward, and it really resonated with me when I read the material about it. Hello, Lani. And so we have this build-up now. We have a build-up now. It's December 1st. We're literally 3 weeks away. This is a check-in moment. This is a pay attention moment. The alignments of the planets start on the 17th, where they start crossing paths, and then they actually become conjunct. It's 17th, 19th, and the 21st and 22nd. On the 21st, 22nd is when we actually enter the age of Aquarius and move forward into the whole new ruling house. It hasn't happened in hundreds of years. And this heralds a whole new age, a whole new beginning that we've been talking about for a long time. And so prepping yourself, what does that mean? You've been feeling the energies build. You've been seeing a lot of chaos and things going on this year around the world with breaking down of things. It's been the deconstruction year. We can look back on 2020 and say it was the year of deconstruction, like the Jenga tower that we pull the blocks out and have to just let it crumble in order to rebuild in a new and totally different, unexpected way than we can even imagine that those blocks could be rebuilt in that format. We don't even know right now the technologies that are going to be available as we move forward. But you're going to start feeling this energy stair-stepping, which is why, yes, we're building to this. So excited that it's less than 3 weeks away. How fast has this year flown by? And to start paying attention, because there's now an opportunity to keep really building and moving forward. So in your own journey, if you're taking the time to clear your body out, if you're taking the time to detox it, to detox your mind. So this is a detox or a let go breakdown of physical, mental, emotional, and energy bodies, so that you are prepared to receive the highest amount of energy moving forward. That this is really the time for that. And one of the things that I wrote in the description here is a quote of mine that came through in a session way back that I was like, this is potent message. This is a potent message. I need to write this down and keep it. And it is that clarity is not in rational mind. It cannot realize all potential. Why is that important in these energies? Why do I want to bring that up? Clarity is not in rational mind. So many of us, especially over this year, are getting stuck in rational mind. We're getting stuck in worry about the elections in the United States. I guarantee you they're going to come out right. It's going to come out with a team of light on top. It is not a complete done picture yet, so allow that unfolding. That's a very physical realm. Mental realm, we're having all of this chaos create breakdown, challenge, feeling overstressed or overworried if you're now homeschooling your kids, or you're out of work, or your business is failing. So many pieces like up in the other share, right? Like every week is a new bomb. Like, oh, okay, now this, oh, now this. And now it's going to be daily. We're having reports and information show up daily that has been absolutely undermining the entire system for centuries. Very recently, in the last decades, very deep corruption on very deep levels. All of it's now coming up. Why is this creating this big churning on the surface? Because it's all coming up to the surface in order to be that deconstructed block. So clarity is not in rational mind. You will not have clarity if you stay reading the papers, if you stay reading Twitter, if you stay reading all the posts that are going on. Any of that is very useful to get a perspective or a viewpoint, as if to keep tabs on what's happening in the world game. Pay attention to it as if you're watching a film, but sit back in your higher light body, sit back with your dragons, and allow yourself to stay in a higher perspective, knowing that, all right, I'm going to stay in my emotional and my energy body, and even in the emotional bodies, a lot churning there too, right? Everything that's in the physical and mental is touching your emotional. allowing you an opportunity to release again on a bigger level so that that clears out and can also move forward much lighter, much freer. Each time we release, we're getting higher and lighter and more free of what has been binding us and keeping us down. So in that energy body, holding space, that's where the clarity is. The rational mind cannot realize all potential. What does that even mean? You have no idea the levels of potential that are opening universally and metaphysically for us to begin to not only understand but to work with energetically that are now coming into play. That if you look and get lost in the world game, the reality level here in 3D, that's where you'll stay stuck. You want to move into 5D, you want to be living in the fifth dimensional realities, you have to maintain your perspective up here, out of rational mind, allowing all of the potential to be there. I often say, everything is possible. You guys hear me talk about that. Anything that's going on, everything is possible. I have been shown endlessly in sessions and work with people and programs and even through world stuff, oh my gosh, things we didn't think possible, look at this. Possibility is only there if we allow the potential of it in the field first. Possibility and potential go hand in hand. You cannot realize all potential if you're staying without possibility. So you have to allow all the potential to come into your field. How does it come in? It comes in your energy body. You have to open to receiving it and being able to translate it or message it or hear what it is. Even if you can't know the messaging or feel like it's there and maybe your clairs aren't open yet, you're working on that. Open the heart space, because the heart is part of that energy body that realizes all potential. And the heart can see and feel and know things that the rest of you doesn't. And the rational mind will keep you limited, keep you stuck. So I'm bringing this up today because we are in the final stretch of, whoa, big, big changes coming. You're going to feel a lot is on offer. So the more you open your heart now, the more you open your perspective, your mind of potential to see a bigger picture unfolding, the more that you're going to get out of these next 3 weeks and where we hit on the 21st with this magnificent alignment, incredible amount of energy that is going to flow forward, and you're going to feel shifts forward moving into January, that literally 2021, and from January 1, 2021 through, I want to say 2 years and 3 months, 2.25 years. And I'm not a astrologist. I have a great friend that's an amazing astrologer and numerologist for the last 40 years. He shared some of this with me and it stuck, but usually it doesn't, because it made sense and it felt right to me. It's a confirmation for what I've been getting, where I'll be honest, I usually can feel out ahead and go, yeah, this is where we're headed. You know, if you look back in the last few years, I usually did a prediction for the next year coming up of what I was feeling coming, where we were going globally or energetically. And I've got nothing for next year because literally I'm not being shown anything past the 21st. I'm moving forward with my programs and releases of things as if we are moving forward in the same way, but in a bigger, expanded way. I don't know actually what it's going to look like come January. Moving forward, expecting that, but things could shift very, very dramatically. And so I'm not even going to try and put it out there this year that I am not being shown anything beyond the end of December. So we're going to see what fireworks come, what happens, what beautiful Christmas gift we have to the world. Merry Christmas to the world and to Gaia. Happy holidays, whatever you want to term it, celebrate it. I celebrate Christmas because I can feel the Christ consciousness awakening on this planet. I can feel that resurrection energy. I can feel all of those, even that align with higher knowing. So information came in recently about the Buddhist path and the higher mind path that is, and how they sit, and they are sitting also waiting for this time because they know it's a doorway. That all of those that have achieved rainbow body and are sitting in a higher dimensional space, still in expansion, that holds the higher mind potential. But they are aligned with and attuning into that Christ resurrection energy, the Christ consciousness that is so prevalent as part of this. Because why? We're moving into heart. We are moving into the realm of the heart, where mind and power are no longer the duality that has separated and kept us in this linear expansion, that they now merge into the heart space. We move forward through the heart, and that's where the harmony comes from. So all of these are moving into one line of energy, and it's going to be incredibly powerful and beautiful. So know that your rational mind will not be the ticket. It cannot take you forward. It will not give you clarity. It will keep the blinders on. Allow a much bigger heart knowing, higher perspective, energy body knowing, even higher light body knowing, to start working its way into your field so that you can embrace and enjoy that. And knowing that, yes, as I said, I'm rolling forward. I am so excited. I've been talking for weeks now about the release of the new course. I have a new course called Entering the Dragon Realms. I finally have all the pieces, so now I'm going to be uploading it into the site, so dragonwithin.com. There's going to be a whole new page called Online Courses. It's where you go for the guided meditations and the books. So dragonwithin.com, look for the Online Courses tab. I'm guessing that I'll have it up by tomorrow at the latest, assuming everything goes smoothly. There can always be glitches when you're setting up new pages on websites, but look for that. If you've been looking for something that maybe you're not ready for the full Eye of the Dragon and Way of the Dragon Heart program, but you want a place to dive in. This is why it was created. You want a place to know what to do with the dragons, the who, what, where, why, how, diving into it. There's 4 modules that bring you forward in those questions, of answering many, many questions and sharing several hours, I think almost 4 hours of content of how to work with them, why work with them, who are they, what do they do for the planet, how can I be of service with that. All of those are part of that, and that will be what's available as a download with a PDF. And then in the days to follow, if I don't get them on as well, I have the 40 Days in the Mirror, which is a deep program to work in your shadow. If you're ready to do some deep shadow release over the winter, if you are ready to do some planetary healing, that mini class is going to be released again. It's waiting for that final thing to be back, so it should be up in the next few days or week. And then I just recorded also last week, very excited, I recorded last week a Basics in Meditation course. Another mini class that's just a couple hours to go in and actually learn some basics of meditation if you struggle with guided meditation. I mean, if you struggle to meditate on your own and always feel like you need a guided meditation with a voice telling you the experience to have or leading you into spaces where then things open up for you. For some of us, it's very hard to learn that. And I used to teach meditation. That was where I started way back, meditation and then yoga, and then unfolding into the dragon work, and then getting into writing and doing more of this. It just keeps broadening. But I went back to ground zero because it was something that's been on my plate and heart, and as a request from someone, when I reached out with a survey 2 or 3 years ago now of what would be the most beneficial to you. Would you like to see a meditation course? And the majority did. So that's coming. Watch for that. As well as all the incredible beauties available through the layer tab on that site as well. That's on my heart to bring forward for you guys as here's Merry Christmas from the Dragons. Here's what's available. There's more ways to connect with us, more ways to reach, and this is really a powerful time to be doing that. So hoping that your holiday season unfolds beautifully. I will be back with you next Tuesday. Look forward to that. If you have questions or topics that you want to see me talk about or hear, please email me or message them to me, araya@dragonwithin.com, because this is the place for me to give you guys tools. I come and I want to share and talk about things that are going to be useful or helpful on your journey, which is why we discussed where we're at energetically for the next 3 weeks, and that you need to really step out of the rational mind and allow the much higher alignments. So much potential and possibilities unfolding, and it's really a launch pad if you take advantage of it right now. I know for me, I started shifting my diet over 3 weeks ago. My guides were very adamant of clean the body now. There's deeper reasons that we will help you understand in the upcoming weeks, but get into it now. Going vegan of clearing out. You may or may not be drawn to that, but I was shown that there's physical changes happening in the body as we move forward in these energies, that it will assist to be very light in your body, whatever that means for you. All right. So I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great, great week. I love you guys. I love my dragon family. And thank you for being here. You're welcome, Gabby. Good to see you all the way from Western Australia. And saw a few other faces. We had Willeke in there from the Netherlands. Good to see you. And there, I'll just give a shout out as a thank you, Willeke is actually working on translating into Dutch for us. So if you have friends in Holland, in the Netherlands, they might have the book available in Danish or Dutch soon. So very excited about that. Alrighty, have a great, great week. I love you guys. Bye.